And then this animation happens.
That's a fan animation, though.
But you did say, and I quote, everything is canon.
But there's different levels. Right now, we're kind of in the limbo between official and fan canon, as the comics have contradicted the show on a couple of occasions.
Duly noted. After the Crystal Empire disappears, wow, equestrian history has a pattern of empires just vanishing. Radiant Hope throws away her studies to live among the Umbrum for the next 1,000 plus years. And not aging because reasons?
Then afterwards, that kingdom mentioned in Hearts and Hooves Day could be a reference to the origins of Queen Chrysalis.
I'm gonna let you finish, but wait!
I don't welcome Kanye West butting into my videos. But that being said, the vague description that Sweetie Belle gives in Hearts and Hooves Day could explain how Chrysalis came to be, or the first sighting of Discord. I'm not going to dwell on it though, since the description is so vague. That being said, I believe Comic had something important to say about the origins of Queen Chrysalis.
Yes. So the origins of the changelings, according to the Chrysalis Fiendship, are: a rotten acorn is rejected by a squirrel. It falls into a bog and begins to sprout, devouring a fly and the skull of a unicorn.
You know, for kids.
Then good old Star Swirl the Bearded walks by and notices what has formed. Being the genius that he is, he hammers a sign that says, "Probably magic, do not approach." Though the act of hammering a nail provides a big enough hole for the changelings to be released. Gee, thanks, Star Swirl. Anyways, they would go on to destroy the Pegasus city of Timbuktu, where Chrysalis officially adopts the queen part of her name. She then goes on to siege Trot. Celestia has to step in and banishes the changelings to a volcano, giving them their trademark Swiss cheese look. They are then freed by a dragon and left to plan the events of a Canterlot wedding, much to Antony C's chagrin. Then sometime later, the Dazzlings arrive in Canterlot. They try to take over and Star Swirl tries to stop them. The result is known as the Music Wars. 23 individual genres of music were created. New groups were formed. New instruments were crafted. In the end, Star Swirl was unable to beat them. So he did the next best thing: send them to another world via the now constructed EQG mirror. They totally won't be a problem there. Hey, are you Eric?
I just realized that a lot of this video is taken up by the comics.
Anyways, so after Star Swirl the Bearded banishes the Dazzlings to another universe, the next thing that hasn't really been placed is Scorpan befriending Star Swirl, or, I'm sorry, a unicorn wizard as it's described. It's Star Swirl. And then after informing Celestia and Luna about his brother, he heads back to his homeland while Tyrek is left to rot in hell. Okay, he just sits in Tartarus, where I would at least hope they're giving him his daily dose of magic, or whatever he actually eats. Next, chronologically, seems to be the defeat of Discord.
Since Discord is shown in the throne room in Tyrek's fiendship, it is entirely likely that Discord heard about Equestria from either Tyrek or Scorpan.
Discord likely reigned for a small amount of time, or it could have been a long amount of time, we really don't know. I would suspect that it's brief, since in the Journal of the Two Sisters, Celestia and Luna know about the Tree of Harmony. Then, as we see in the Season 4 opener, they gather the elements and defeat him. Next, we run into Nightmare Moon, which probably took place after Star Swirl bites the dust. But knowing him, he probably found a way to live forever and is just hiding in an equestrian town to this very day. But that's a theory for another video. Maybe, don't count on it. What we do know is that Luna begins to feel resent towards her sister. Eventually, the bitterness in her heart transformed her into Nightmare Moon. This leads to the story that everyone knows. Celestia has banished her sister to the moon for 1,000 years with the elements of harmony. After this, the Earth Unicorn Pegasi Guard is established to protect the princess, later leading to the Wonderbolts and all that stuff. But in that episode, it was more about the Wonderbolts rather than the history of Equestria, so I'll just leave it at that.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice...
The moon. You were going to talk about Luna's adventures on the moon.
Aw, man. Ruin all my fun.
Try being in all of his videos. I'm told off every time I ask a question. Then again, it was in the script, so everything works out.
So after being banished to the moon, not In the moon, as the legend suggests, Nightmare Moon comes upon a strange race of creatures known as the Nyx. They make all the pleasant dreams for the ponies of Equestria. They, being oddly trusting and apparently unaware of who Nightmare Moon is or what she has done, get manipulated into creating nightmares as a way for Nightmare Moon to get her revenge while banished. It ultimately fails, but her meddling corrupts the Nyx into minions of the Nightmare Forces. And this could also be the origins of Luna's dreamwalking abilities. There's probably another attack planned during her banishment, since the corrupted Nyx can travel between Equestria and the moon. They attack Canterlot one fateful night, but Celestia and the available unicorns manage to defend the city. I say it is the Nyx because they look too similar for it to be a coincidence. They could also be the changelings, but they're better with infiltration, not straight-on attacks. Either way, in the aftermath of the battle, Celestia decides to open her school for gifted unicorns as a way to train a new generation of powerful mages.
Oh, at this point, I bet Starlight Glimmer, well, my bad, Sunset Shimmer became a student and became Celestia's pupil. After not getting what she wanted, I guess she bailed through the Equestria girl's mirror.
Well, in the fall of Sunset Shimmer, Sunset is shown to feel entitled to knowledge of powerful magic. When Celestia lets her see the EQG mirror, she insists on knowing more about it. Celestia refuses, and so Sunset breaks into the forbidden section of the library. They really need better security in that place. Any pony could break in there, apparently. There, Sunset learns not only of the EQG mirror, but that there is a way to become an alicorn and feels she deserves to be one. Celestia catches her and removes her as her student. She beats up her escorts out of the palace and heads through the mirror to the EQG universe. There, she meets and breaks up the Humane Five, but that's not an important plot point in Equestria's history.
This all leads to the present day, where a lot of historical foes have come back to challenge the main six, 2 princesses are created, and an alicorn gets pregnant. Enough said.
What? How does this even make sense?
Oh dear, he saw that video. So that pretty much covers the history of Equestria. All the rest happens in current day, so I'll leave it at that.
Actually, that isn't the last event I have to mention. Another event shown in Handy Dandy issue number 24 is a 1-panel long glimpse at the distant future. Aliens and cyborgs and spaceships.
Oh my. Also, I found Comic Store. The connection isn't quite settled yet, so I would highly recommend only using it when absolutely necessary. Also, that helps you with your storyline.
Alrighty then, but before we go, let's close off the video.
That was our 2 bits on the history of Equestria.
Feel free to let us know what you guys think in the comments below, and while you're at it, you should check out Comics Channel. He reviews the comics, I think. You can also feel free to check out one of the 2 videos on screen. The first one is about how Bill Cipher is out there somewhere in the woods. Watch the video for more details on that. The second one is about destruction of ideals and how I still hate Starlight Glimmer. Yes, that is still possible. And with that said, I will see all of you in the next video.